mission. I know you're wishing that you could let your head down and mirror my emission. So why you worry?
Hi everyone. Welcome to another episode of our amazing podcast. I hope everyone is fine and having a wonderful week. My name is Abna.
I'm Kujo.
And today we have our wonderful, beautiful, ever smart Amanda. She's a first aid specialist in Ghana. Today we're going to talk about first aid culture in Ghana.
Yeah.
So Amanda, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks
How are you doing?
I'm great. Yourself?
I'm fine, thank you. I couldn't make it last week.
Yeah, and I was sad.
Oh. What?
My co-host wasn't around. I was sad.
Yeah. Well, I'm back now. So.
And Amanda is a good friend of mine. I've known her for a long time, like more than 5 years.
Yeah, 7 years actually.
And something unfortunate happened. She lost her dad, and through cancer.
So sorry about that.
And she has a company now who deal in first aid kits, and half of the money is going to the cancer unit. Which hospital?
Actually, 2% we donated to the cancer unit. Any cancer unit, depending on the year, we just choose one, and then randomly donate it to the unit.
Cool. So I felt we had to record something on first aid, because this culture of first aid, people don't know much about first aid. And 2, Amanda is doing a great work by helping people with cancer, and also helping us to also secure a first aid kit in our homes and our offices.
Yeah.
So let's talk about first aid. So Amanda, how did this start? Why you could have chosen another thing to do and still donate to the cancer units? What happened? Why first aid?
So thank you very much. So it's not solely about the cancer unit. So I found myself falling sick sometimes during the night, midnight, and I would have to wait till the next morning before I seek medical help. So our first aid business is basically for us like bridging the gap between occurrence of events, emergencies, common injuries, and then before medical help arrives. So that is why first aid.
That's what first aid. That's
why
dope.
first aid, bridging the gap between the occurrence of emergencies before medical help arrives.
That's dope.
And I think that's very important.
Extremely.
Yeah.
Extremely, because something happens to you right now. How are you going to even get treatment before you see a doctor? And most of the death which happen, they should have gotten first aid treatment before going to the hospital. And I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I had a first aid kit in our house. My dad had one. But we only had paracetamol in it.
We'll actually get into that. What constitutes a first aid kit? What should be in the box?
Exactly.
What should be in it? And exactly. Most times it's just paracetamol and some deep
cotton.
That's all we have. I don't think that can really save a life.
No.
That's all. Yeah.
So let's start.
So Amanda, what if you say first aid? What's first aid generally? What comes to mind if you say first aid?
So like I said earlier on, first aid is the help you offer to someone in case there is an emergency. And then we have first aid and we have first aid kits. Okay, so the first aid kit is a tool or a medium that you use to save lives in case there is an emergency. So that's the difference. The first aid kit is a tool, and then the whole first aid is the help you offer to someone when, like, during common injuries and all that.
Okay.
Yeah, and so what's the culture in Ghana like, the first aid culture?
Well, I'm sure we'd all admit that aside Red Cross, it's not the best. Aside Red Cross, that we see them doing something, even at that, they regulate it in schools. But how about schools? The bigger schools, homes, offices, institutions, and all that. It's not of the best. It's not as if the people aren't aware that they need a first aid kit. So sometimes you walk to someone and they'll be like, oh yeah, I need one. Like the way the two of you are sitting in, like, oh yeah, I need one.
Yeah.
So it's like the knowledge, advocacy, and everything. We haven't done enough as a country. That is why we are here as a business, to not just sell aid kits, but to create that advocacy, that indefinite cultural first aid behavior.
Okay, that's cool. But let me do a follow-up question. When I was in SSS, we had this first aid group, association and joint Red Cross. Yeah. They teach you all this stuff. And wasn't that supposed to be a general thing, a national thing that they keep teaching people about how to administer help to people who are in need and all that?
Yeah, they did that. It was for that, but is it very efficient? Is it acting so much? That is the point. It's not very efficient now.
Yeah.
And then it's like we've forgotten it, but we really need it. So sometimes we all have to walk all the way to the pharmacy in case there's a cut before we get some spirit and all that. But you could have that in your home. And then it's very important that as a home office and schools, you get the very basic first aid knowledge.
No, okay.
Yeah, it's very important so that you're able to know how to use all the items in the kit and how to help someone in a situation.
True. So how important is knowing and having the first aid kit?
So I would like to ask you both this question. How do you feel when you have a loved one who is dying and then you are very helpless? You can't do anything about it.
It's the worst feeling.
It's the worst feeling. That is why it's very important that you have that very basic first aid knowledge. You have the kit, and then when in case there's an emergency, at least you'll be able to do something before medical help arrives. That is why it's very important. So I think this very statement you should ponder over it, and then you should see the need of having one.
I get what you're trying to say. When my mom had a cut, sometimes went to the hospital, they showed us how to treat it in case the wound reopens, right? So I didn't really pay attention to it. So I think one night it opened or something and she was suffering. And because I was scared to do something wrong, but it's my mom, I can't, it's in the middle of the night.
Something,
yes.
Right?
And I was able to actually do something. So she was like, maybe you should be a nurse. I was like, no, but that's an adrenaline thing. I just wanted to help her.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important that we know how to
exactly.
do stuff like this. Okay, so who are permitted to know anything concerning first aid?
So apparently everybody, homes, schools, and you have laws that govern some very institutions that they are supposed to have the first aid, like work offices and all, like these companies. Yeah, I think that's Section 28 of Act 328 that regulates that first aiders, and then the workers should get very basic knowledge on first aid and how to use the items in it. Wow. So it's very important. We have a law, but you see the whole thing.
That doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Wow, yeah. I never knew there was a law concerning.
There is. I think there are lots of laws that we also don't know about.
I recently realized that it's like there's a law for everything in this country.
And when you go outside the country, I was told that in Germany, I was having this conversation with a man who told me, in Germany, before they employ you, must have a very basic first aid knowledge for 4 months before some part of it. And it's a very good thing because we keep losing license. We don't even know why, but at least it could have been avoided.
Okay. So, how important is knowing and having a first aid kit? Is it very necessary? Should we just brush it off?
No, very important. Like you just said, your mom had a cut and you didn't know. So sometimes, let's say there is an accident and then there's blood oozing. At least, maybe if you'd help, like cover up that blood, at least it would save a little amount of blood before you get that person to get medical help. So it's very. I'm sure we have this in our everyday lives, right from cooking, and then you get your veins and all that, and knife cuts and all that.
I have this scar here.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I got it from cooking.
So at least you could have done something.
Yes, but I couldn't because I didn't have a first aid kit.
Exactly. So you had to go to the hospital.
Yes,
or something.
and by the time I go to the hospital, I've lost enough blood. They wanted to admit me. I'm like, it's just a cut.
So first aid is just for you to like things that could be avoided. At least you would do something about it.
So how accessible is the first aid kit? Because I've never seen any shop or a place that people go into to buy first aid kits.
So that's why the issue of the first aid culture comes to play. We have, like, once in a while you work at a pharmacy. I think you should try that, and they tell you that, if you want a first aid kit, they would help you put together one. So you get there before they would want to help you put together one. And then it's mostly plastic. And then we are in the world where we are trying to eliminate plastic. Not completely, but at least doing something about plastic. Minimize it. So it calls for our leaders as well in organizations to pay very much attention to it. And that is why we are here as a company, to provide very standardized first aid kits to people. Yeah.
Dope.
Okay, so are there institutions one can go to when you want to have first aid training?
Okay, so I know of Ghana Red Cross. But my team also has a red aider. Let me put it that way. She used to be there.
What's the name of your company?
Madamfo.
Okay.
Madamfo, your friend.
Madamfo, my friend. So you should relate to it. Yeah. That is it. So we have structures in place as a company. We have a team of doctors and nurses that would take you through training. So maybe you have a company. And then when you buy our first aid kits, we have like detailed instructions on how to use every item in the kit, and you could call to the center. We'll be doing a lot of advocacy and videos on how to be using all the items, so it should be something that we are hoping that Ghanaians would pick it up and be able to flow with it easily. Like, okay, this bandage, there was a video, and this is how I can do it. So it should be something that they would pick up with time.
So with the institution, how long would one have to take to learn first aid?
Okay, so aside personal training that would offer to people that would reach out to us, so that's why I said the videos and all that. So it depends on how fast you can just watch a short kit on how to apply bandages or like treat common sore. It should depend.
And the charge?
Oh, okay. So that is the other part of our business. That is our advocacy in our social media. That's how we are going to sell the product. So it's free, but you are paying for the.
It's free.
Yeah, it's free. So
where do I
education
sign
and
up?
advocacy. You have to start following us. So the business is launching. I'll talk about that later.
That's fine.
So yeah, for now it's free, but you just have to buy your first aid kit and refill it from time to time.
That's dope. Do you do house to house education?
Oh yeah, we are still a startup, and so we are putting structures in place. But at the end of the day, we hope to give you the best services that we don't have any institutions serving you this. So yeah, we hope to be the best and leading in first aid production, like first aid kit production, actually.
Okay, so I wanted to ask this, Madamfo, right?
Yeah, Madamfo.
It's based in Accra.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have social media, so they might not be able to get to know about you guys. But the general public knows about Red Cross. I know Red Cross, they function in districts, assemblies, and municipalities. Like the cities like Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, we have Red Cross departments that people can walk in there to get training or something.
Yeah, so we are not here. Red Cross stands on its own. So I think with time we'll do partnership where we would train together. But we also hope to expand to other parts of the region that, So we are looking at the right channels. So let's say you go to Kumasi, there are channels. Maybe we want to target the transport system. There is a channel that we could go through. So we are going to use the right channels to reach out to the people at the end of the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for now, those who are outside Accra can make good use of the first Red Cross in the districts places. But those who are Accra and they want free training, Madamfo is there.
Yeah, Madamfo is there for free training.
Dope. So as we were talking, we spoke about our PNEC law, blah, 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 blah. I want you to emphasize on that thing. Well, so the next question is there any law in Ghana that makes having first aid kit compulsory?
Okay, so that is with the officers. I could say that there is a law. That is what I spoke earlier about, Section 28 of Act 328. That states that first aiders and then officers should have a first aid kit. It's very important. And then generally, we are supposed to have a first aid kit, but I don't know so much about those laws. Yeah.
Okay.
But with the companies, I know that
it's compulsory.
It's compulsory for them to have first aid kits.
Oh, okay.
So I'm very interested in this next question. What should you not do when you arrive at a scene?
Okay, so the first thing you should look out for is hazards, like for yourself. That you should know that there's nothing that is likely to harm you and the person next by. So you should check for that. Maybe there is a little explosion and then you are getting close to the scene. You should check for hazards first. That should be the first thing that you should do when you arrive at a scene.
Okay. When prioritizing the treatment of casualties, which order must you follow?
Which others must you follow? So it depends on the casualty. So
Okay.
that is why we have call centers of nurses and all that. Maybe you don't know how to. It depends on the casualty. It could be a cut, blood oozing or something. So you just call through. There's a brochure in our first aid kit, and then it should be the perfect guide for you.
Because I feel like in Ghana, there's this thing that we usually don't do. People pass out a lot, but we might mistaken it for death. Yes.
Yeah, the person.
I feel like we kill people more than we know.
Yeah,
true.
Because sometimes you have to give the
person and all.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why we are doing more of education and advocacy. Like you earlier said, we can't reach out from our startups to the other regions, but at least those who are on social media and the very best, we will take it one step at a time. We hope to get there, finally. So yeah.
Okay, and we've seen that mouth to mouth, it's very important in saving people's lives.
Yeah.
Is it very advisable to give that to someone you don't know? Maybe you meet someone in the street who is dying. If I give the person mouth to mouth, it's going to save the person. But we're in this culture that it's quite unacceptable. You can't just go and
Be kissing people.
be kissing someone. But that kiss might save the person's life.
Yeah, if something that is supposed to save the person's life, and then you don't just go about doing something that you have no knowledge about. Let me stress on that. So that's what I'm saying. In case there is an emergency, our call lines are 24/7, and then that's why it's very important that you follow us, Madamfo. Get all the knowledge that you need. That in case there is an emergency, you don't do something that maybe it's not supposed to be done.
And I also believe that if you have knowledge about doing something, like suppose the mouth to mouth thing, and you have knowledge and train on it, nothing will prompt you for you to think that somebody will feel bad about you kissing somebody.
Yeah. It's what you are doing.
Because you went through the process of kissing people.
Yeah.
You get me?
I get that part. What if you do it and don't you have to watch out for, because you might get hepatitis?
That's why you go for training, and like he said, you have knowledge on what you are doing. So
it should be impulsive.
You should be conscious of what you are doing.
You made a strong point. I think with the hepatitis, when you go for such training, they might make you take the injection.
Not you, the person you are trying to save. You never know, because it's a stranger. You don't know the person. If I'm trying to save my mom, I know my mom doesn't have. If I'm trying to save you, you probably don't have it.
Like, let's look at our part of the world. Is it always like, mostly it's about accidents? You know that?
Yes.
So
yes, and I've actually walked into an accident scene. That's what I'm very particular about.
Yeah.
And I was helpless. I couldn't help anyone because I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, so
I think we need to really make good use of the free training.
Yeah, so we're doing events, seminars. We are going all out, but it's one step at a time. We are so
So again, maybe you can give us your social media handles so that everyone can follow and.
Okay, we'll be officially active after the lunch. We'll talk about that. We are coming to that. Yeah,
let's move on. Let's move on then.
So let's talk about the NGO's goals in providing first aid kits to Ghanaians.
Okay, so we are a social enterprise, environmentally focused. That is, we do wooden first aid boxes actually, and then
why wooden? Because we want to cut down on the plastic.
Yeah, plastic waste. Yeah, I know someone who asks like, wooden is deforestation. Actually, we use pallets, so they are extracts of wood.
Okay.
So and then we have a lot of structures that we don't want to just destroy the environment. That we'll be doing replanting segments and all that. So, and then the social aspect, we will be donating 2% for every first aid kit you buy to the cancer units.
Okay, that's good. That's really good. That's really good.
It's something actually personal, so.
That's really good. That's really good. So, when I follow you on social media platform, how responsive is the social media page?
Yeah, because we don't want to just sell first aid kit, we've identified a very big gap between the we as a company and then the people we are serving. So we are going to be very, very active right after our lunch. Like I said, you could call anytime, 24/7. We are there for you. We are a health specialist now. So yeah.
I'm also suggesting that you can get in touch with the MTTU, then provide drivers with first aid and also teach them.
Yeah, that is a very big issue because these drivers, I'm sorry to say, but they are so fond of buying the very funny first aid.
Where do they even get that from?
Yeah, and then I tried opening one and I was like, if I fold the cotton, I can use it to clean my face just at a second. So we are trying to create products for the drivers in particular that would suit their need and they'll be able to afford it. Because
but I thought DVLA was providing.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, they were providing, but I think they had cut down on that. I think it was halted for a while. But yeah, drivers are buying first aid kits, and I speak to a lot of them, and it's like, okay, I need it, but we don't know why they need to use it. Like that's what they tell me. I don't know why I need to use a first aid kit. So tell me why. That is why the education, like this is why you need it. So they are buying it, but they don't know why they are buying it. They think, okay, we just need it to. Like I've spoken to quite a number of drivers, and that has been their reaction.
Yeah, I get you. And I'm also thinking that the best vows the gift you can give to a partner, let them go to you.
You know, right? I've been thinking about that. Nicely
Save a life on 14.
Oh, I love that.
So you should come to your company and learn something for free.
Yeah.
Let your partner learn something for free.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good. So before we go, Amanda, your closing remarks.
I would say that we'll be having a lunch on the 22nd of February.
Is it free? Can we come?
Yeah, it's free, but like I've spoken about all this, you should come and buy a first aid kit. It ranges from the price of 100 to 300 to standardized, customized, anyhow you want it.
Anything we need.
Everything is standardized. Yeah, everything is standard.
So what's the basic?
We have about 20 items in every first aid kit.
What can we expect?
We have a thermometer, a gauge band, we have plasters, we have spirit, we have cotton, we have ORS, drugs and all that, scissors, every item. Like,
do you have needles?
Yeah, we do have needles. We have pins as well, all that. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to provide people with videos on how to use this stuff?
Yeah, like I said earlier, we want to give it as visual as possible, images, videos and all that. So you should expect that on our social media handles. So Madamfo on Facebook, Madamfo GH on Instagram. And then you can email us, hello@madamfo@yahoo.com.
Phone number too.
055-217-1159.
Okay, if you can repeat that again.
055-217-1159.
Dope. So yeah.
So, the last thing I want to say.
Okay.
You mentioned you're going to train people on how to first aid, right? What if I have to do it to myself? I'm injured. There's no one around. Can I?
Yeah, if you could reach out to the first aid, so that means where you position your first aid kit to is very important. You can apply it, you have the knowledge, so you can do it for yourself if you are in the position to do it.
What if it's my heart that is failing? Can I pump my own chest?
Yeah, that's the way. I don't know if you could reach out to a phone at that time. Maybe if you could.
I can't.
Yeah. So that situation, it's kind of a helpless situation.
I might die.
Oh well, no, I won't say that. You won't die, but first aid is supposed to be someone who is aiding you in getting medical help.
But can you ask your doctor or your nurse on your team about this? Supposing somebody is having a heart problem.
So I'll take this question. So we'll be having. I think we would have questions.
A lot of people die of heart attack.
Yeah, we'll be having question and segments that customers could ask questions, and then we'll address those next. Yeah.
Dope. So I'll come for the luncheon.
Of course, you have to be there. 22nd February. It's a Saturday from 1 to 2.
Where will it be?
The Digital Center Innovation Hub.
Circle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
the passport office.
Yeah, the premium passport office.
I'll come.
That's important.
I'll come. So we do that. So thanks for coming.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
Definitely get a kit.
Of course.
I'll definitely learn it. And also talk about the testimony after learning how to use first aid kit.
Of course.
So bye.
See you next week. Bye.
You tried to win.